Hey, what's good everyone, Theory here. We are back playing a bit more Grand Blue, and today we're going to be talking about instant blocking. I'm going to be showing you a technique basically that makes it substantially easier and safer to instant block anything. But first let's talk about what instant block is and why you would be using it. So unlike Guilty Gear where you would get reduced block stun and reduced pushback on an instant block, the mechanic behind it here is actually substantially more simple. All that happens is you build 1% extra meter. That's it, 1%. I'll show you what an instant block looks like right now. Alright, so that is me tapping down, back, or back just as I'm about to block something. So you have to be in an 8-frame window just before the move connects you. That's when you have to start blocking. It's a pretty big window, it's not that hard to do. The one thing that can mess you up though is tapping back beforehand, so you can't mash it. So if I tap down back and then down back again, you see I don't get the just block. But if I just tap it by itself, I do get it. So that's simply all it is. You see it flash white and then you'll see just appear at the side of the screen. And as an example of the meter, you can see here I'm building 1% of meter, and you can see here I'm building 2%. That's all it is. So where you really see it come into its own is in multi-hitting specials or normals, where you really don't build anything. So if I block this, normally, I only get 1% meter. That's it. That's not a lot of meter. So the first hit of chip will do a little bit, build me a little bit, and the rest does nothing. I don't get any meter for that. But I can actually instant block all 3 hits. There you go, 4% meter. So I've gone from 1% to 4%. And that's a fair amount, right? For quite a common occurrence where someone locks you down with a multi-hitting special to then like start pressure again. The one thing I would say is the concern is when you're instant blocking something or looking to instant block something, often what happens is you're not reacting to maybe a more basic mix-up. So obviously you can take throw and reaction even when you're trying to instant block, but you might not be looking for it. It's how you're prioritizing what's going on in the screen. So the first thing I want to show you is how you can do this while you're already in block stun and relatively safe. So here I've got Charlotta doing her target combo into 100-hand slap, a very common thing, which normally builds you 4% meter, which is fuck all for the safe pressure, right? But what we can do here is block it, and then as soon as she goes into 100-hand slap, then we start trying to get these instant blocks. And obviously, it's not the easiest thing in the world because you have to get it exactly on one of the hits, but it's got no risk to it. Like, none whatsoever. So you may as well just go for it, because if you're successful on 1 or 2, you basically get a bit of extra meter. Now I've got 6% meter instead of 4. And you just have to figure out the rhythm of the move, which, you know, that's all going to take time. But once you get it, you're going to be pretty stoked because, yeah, you're just going to build more meter for nothing, right? But where this gets interesting is with the guard button. So the guard button here, you can't instant block with it. That's just nothing happens. It's just normal. But you can hold guard and you can tap back, right? Back gives you the dodge, which is, you don't want to accidentally get that in a block string. But if you hold down, see here, I just guarded a lot of that. And I was at no point at any risk of just blocking incorrectly. I wasn't going to get frame trapped by anything trying to just defend. I'm just holding guard down, which would block this entire string, as you see, and then I was just tapping down back when I thought I could just defend something. There is no risk to this whatsoever. By there, I mess up every single one of it. Trying to do it early on in the string, wasn't getting it. It doesn't matter. There is just no risk to this. Obviously, you're holding down so you can get overheaded, but like that goes without saying, and you can just react and guard. That's it. Hold guard, go down back. If you do it on an air attack, obviously you want to just tap back because you don't want to accidentally get the dodge on the jump in. But this right here is your best friend for building a substantial amount of meter for just far too little risk. And this is probably why they've made it like this. The instant blocking is not going to change the course of most matchups. Not quickly anyway. In Guilty Gear, it was more of an active decision to instant block that came with different sort of forks of pressure strings. So if someone was instant blocking, if someone was pressuring you and you instant blocked it, they might be a bit closer, so that allows you to then punish them. Or they'll be more negative, so that allows you to punish them. Here you don't get any of that, but the trade-off is it's very, very safe if you use this technique. So anyway, hopefully that was useful. Hopefully you're going to build more meter, and hopefully you're going to do random 720s online. Anyway, take care.